Today I'm going to talk about some culture shocks in the UK, well, that I had. That will make our aunties in the village be like, what? Yeah. If there is any occasion that you are attending in the UK, please eat before you go. Eat. Don't be like, oh, let me take this small juice, because when I go to the occasion I'll eat. Eat in your house before you go, because unlike African occasions where you eat like proper jollof rice, plain rice, heavy banku, kenke, eba, yam, no, you won't get that in the UK occasion. The things that you get are what we would term as snacks, say potato chips, yeah, cheese, what else, drinks, you get drinks, cupcakes, things that we would deem as snacks. And if somebody brings you an invite, like, do you mind coming to my birthday party, it's at this place, please go with your money and go with a birthday present. Don't go without money expecting that the person will throw a big party for you or you eat well. No. Eat proper eba in the house before you actually leave. So this was one of my culture shocks when I came to the UK. Okay, I found out that the way we celebrate parties and gatherings, happy times, totally different. In Africa, you, the person throwing the party, you make sure that everybody gets something to eat. In fact, if you go to somebody's party and there's no food, you know how as Africans we behave, you will talk and complain. But in the UK, go with your own food. It's for sharing. Go with what you have, share with someone else. Go with money, buy your own food, talk, laugh. It's about the memories, not about the food. But in Africa, it's about the food and maybe small memories. So number 2 will be the time that Brits take their bath. There's no specific time. Unlike in an African home, you wake up, brush your teeth, take your bath, throw on your clothes and go out. When you come back, take your bath again before you go back to bed. No, there's no specific time. Some people wake up, brush their teeth if they want, throw on their clothes and go to work, and then they'll come back, have a shower, and then go back to bed. Sometimes they don't even bath in 2 days. I've actually heard people say that they haven't taken their bath in 2 days. It's not compulsory. No one will shame you for not showering in 2 days. I'm not saying that they don't like bathing. I'm only saying that there's no formula to it. Unlike back home, where even those of you who don't like bathing would at least bathe like once a day. Yes, but here there's no formula, there's no timing. Whenever you feel like it, you go and shower. So the third culture shock to me will be calling people by their first names without adding any prefix like sir or madam or Mr. or Mrs. or like none of that. In an African home, if you call someone by their first names, especially your seniors and your bosses, without adding a sir or a ma or a madam, they call you disrespectful. They question your upbringing, your home training. But over here, I find that people are so comfortable with you calling them by their first names. Even up to today, yeah, I'm not able to call my matron by her first name because I feel it's so disrespectful, guys. There's that African bit in me, so I'd rather call her matron rather than her name. It's weird, but I think calling her matron is more respectful than calling her by her name. Number 4 is smoking breaks. I did not know that it was even unlawful to deprive someone of their smoking break in the UK. Okay, back home, when you see someone smoking out in public, you give them this weird look, like this judgy look, like what are you doing to yourself? Like, people look at you weird. They seem to think that if you're a smoker, you're an armed robber, or I don't know, they just have this bad image of smokers. So like coming here and realizing that it was actually against the law to not give your employee smoking break, I was shocked. I really was shocked. Yeah, I mean, like, I know people smoked, but to the extent that it's actually allowed for smokers to go on smoking breaks was actually one of the shocks, to be honest, that I got coming to the UK. Culture shock number 5 to me would be how quickly conversations progress to personal details and the person telling you about things that you as an African will find like really personal and private. Back home, you only share personal details with like close family and friends. Maybe your son passed their WASI or BEC, your son is going to go to the university and all that. You only share those kind of details with your close friends, yeah. But you could meet a random person, strike a conversation with the person, and the next thing they're telling you about how their dog is doing, about their son, about their husbands. Like, they don't mind being open and chatty and telling you about their life and what is going on. But in Africa, if you share those kind of details, people have the perception that people would put bad energy into your life or look at your life with evil eye, or somewhere should be there planning against your life, trying to destroy your life. Even sometimes when bad things happen to you, people attribute those things to you oversharing your personal details with someone else that did not like you but you didn't know. So we are very closed lipped about sharing personal details. But Brits are totally different. They can tell you about their personal life. Somebody you just met can tell you what is going on. Just strike a conversation with them. Just be friendly. Just be open to converse with them, and you know everything about them. That was another culture shock that I got. And even up to today, I still struggle, because sometimes people ask me personal questions that if I was in Africa, I would have been like, that's kind of suspicious. What do you want to do to my life? Like, what do you want to change? But over here, I go with the flow. So the next shock to me will be about pets. I'm talking about cats, dogs, birds, any form of pet, okay? The bond that they have here with their pets is much stronger than anything, I'm telling you. Because back home, we do have pets. They're roaming in the yard, they're roaming in the house. You give them food, you take care of them, you love them, but not as much as the bond that they have here, okay? Over here, people call them their daughters and their sons. Let me tell you a quick story here. So I'm coming back from work. My British friend is passing by my house. She doesn't know I live there, by the way. So I meet her. I'm like, hi, how are you? Like, we exchange pleasantries, and she tells me that she went to pick her daughter from her friend. And for like 2 seconds, my mind was like, where's the daughter? Where's the child? I looked down and there's a dog. So I'm like, I connected the dots real quick, but not as quickly as I'd like, because my facial expression changed and she probably saw that I was shocked. But I'm sorry, like, it was my first time of actually hearing someone calling their pet dog a child, okay? And I realized that back home, we are just playing with our pets. We don't cherish them as much as they do over here. They are part of the family, they are part of life. Someone can be in the hospital and their dog can help them feel better. Their dog can be missing them, yeah? Like, the bond, we don't have any bonds. If I compare the bonds that they have here with their pets to back home, I'm sorry, we don't have bonds with our pets back home. Another thing that I found really shocking was what we call end-of-life care. Back home, we don't have end-of-life care. If you're 99 years, you can be 100 years going into cardiac arrest, and you still have nurses administering CPR on you. Okay, we do not have like established geriatric care back home. Most people do not live to be 80 or 90 or 100. We die pretty young back in Africa due to a lot of factors. So where there's better health care and all that, people live longer, okay? And at a point, they sign a paper saying that if I should go into cardiac arrest, if I should do this, please do not resuscitate me, just allow me go, okay? And that paper is binding. So as a nurse, as a doctor, or any health worker, if you're attending to someone, make sure you know their resource status, whether they want to be for resuscitation or they don't want to be for resuscitation. And it's actually binding. It can actually send you to court if you administer CPR on somebody that has already said, I don't want to be resuscitated. You can actually go to prison for that, so be careful. Also, the elderly in the hospital being treated for a certain disease, but they don't seem to be making any progress, or the doctor or consultant thinks that at this point there's no way they're going to recover. They can start them on end of life. And when you are started on end of life, it means that active treatment stops, okay? And you are made more comfortable now. They start giving you medications that will treat your pain, your agitation, so that you can die comfortably. Yeah, so this I found really shocking, because back home we do not easily let our elderly go. Okay, at 90 years, at 100 years, we want active resuscitation, we want active treatment. We want to do our very best to make sure that they remain with us. All right, now onto a lighter note. Let's talk about zebra crossings. Back home, if you stand on a zebra crossing, not all drivers will stop for you to cross. You still have to wait for them to pass before you can cross, okay? But over here in the UK, people anticipate, well, drivers anticipate that you're going to be crossing at the zebra crossing. So even before you get there, the cars will stop for you to cross, and you must finish crossing, like get to the other end of the road before a car moves. Yeah, so it's very strict here, really. And the very first time that happened for me, I was kind of like jogging, like trying to be polite, like, oh, thank you very much, thank you very much for stopping for me. So I was like jogging across the road, and then someone told me that you don't have to run, like just take your time, just walk, it's normal, like you don't have to run, just to be polite, just to let them know that you are trying your best to be quick. Take your time and walk across the zebra crossing. Funny, isn't it? All right, so those were all of my culture shocks. I think I have more than that, but with time I'll come back to you again with some new ones, okay? But for now, those were all of my culture shocks. Which one were you shocked about? Which one do you know, and which one did you just find out? Please comment below, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe, and don't forget to ring the notification bell so that every time I upload my video you are notified. I'll catch you in my next video. Bye for now.